Hi, welcome to another episode of That's Thing 2 Overture. It is episode
114.
114. I was going to say 112. That's close.
Yep.
And it is Friday, May the 29th.
No, it's May 30th.
May 30th? Oh, okay.
Today's the 20. Oh, the recording day is May 29th.
Yeah, there you go.
See,
That's,
that's
yep.
that's that's I could tell because I looked on the calendar. I looked at it.
I'm Drew,
I'm Kevin. All right, we're
and
initial.
Nolan might be here.
Yeah, Nolan might be here. So my initial complaints were that next week I will not be here because I'm going to be on a family trip with my mom, stepdad to go kind of like see my sister in Colorado. I mean, she lives in like California, so we all whenever we do trips, we kind of have to meet halfway.
Shoot in the middle.
Yeah. And it upsets me that I have to go on this trip, but I can't say no. There's no logical excuse to say no, and I'm not enough of a horrible creature to be going like, but mom, I have to say no so I can watch other people Twitch stream Deltarune. Don't you understand?
But, Mom, it's the Summer Game
The
Fest.
summer Jeff Keighley's trailer extravaganza. How else will I now be disappointed that nothing good is announced on Twitter or Blue Sky
Listen, Mom,
now?
you can either be mad I didn't go, or you could be mad that I'm sitting there watching Summer Game Fest and not engaging with anyone on the trip.
Yeah, listen, you think the glory of nature is going to be there? Hell no. I'm
Look at
gonna
the glory of the nature in these graphics.
look at that. It'll be some garbage live service game, and then Jeff Keighley will probably try to talk about how sick it is that games are $80 now.
Yeah.
That's what we all want to
Oh
see.
man, it's gonna be so sick when GTA is $100.
Oh, I can't wait, man. I
It's
I
gonna really make sure only the real fans are playing video games.
exactly. GTA is also one of those games I'm not interested in. I've
Yeah,
down
I do not care at all.
I have downloaded Expedition 33, and I will start on that when I return from the trip. I'm looking. I hear good things.
I feel like I have a game lined up that I want to send you to stream.
What game is it?
Like, I don't want to tell you because I want it to be a surprise, but it is a little game called Freeways.
I have
It is
no.
this little, it is this like literally $5 game, and all it is, it's like, okay, you have this little square, and here's where the traffic is coming in, and you gotta build the roadway for where it's going.
That sounds pretty good. Uh,
It's and like they're all it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and it
I
shows you like, oh, there's a lot of traffic that's coming from here and wants to go there, but there's not that much traffic that wants to come from here to there.
Drew, what do you know about Nubby's Number Factory?
I have never heard anything about Nubby's
Okay, so
numbers.
Nubby's Number Factory, I can only describe.
Is it Frog Fractions?
No, it is. I would describe it as like half Peggle, half not Vampire Survivors, but the number game, where it just escalates to infinite, where you're trying to get your
Oh.
stupid build, and it just goes, and it goes forever. Here, and it's also like a $5. Like you look at it and you're like, "Yo, what the hell is this?" And I saw footage of it, and like my brain neurons were activating as I see like the scores and like the it's just like trillions and quadrillions because everything's
Yeah,
multiplied.
I was just like endlessly scrolling the suggested videos on YouTube, not really planning to find anything,
Mm-hmm.
and I found a new YouTuber for myself. Um Real civil engineer, who's just like this British civil engineer who just like designs roadways and bridges. And he was just playing this game. And it's like the right level of like, oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, that's kind of fun. That's like real life. And also just like, oh, this is the strongest shape in engineering. And he just draws a penis. And But he always says, "Oh, that's the strongest shape. Look, it's the strongest shape."
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So if you're looking for 20-minute videos, which is also nice, it's one of those easy to get in, get out, or just be like, oh, let's just watch one more. I recommend Real Civil Engineer (RCE).
Nolan is here. Welcome, Nolan.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at Nubby.
Yo, you saw that?
Nubby's
Nubby's Nova Factory. I'm saying it is the genre of neuron activation. Number go up.
It's hitting me. It's hitting me real weird. I'm like, yeah,
it's like, yo, you saw this game that was probably on cool math games, but not because it's too advanced to be on cool math games, but also like, yo, this is the kind of crap that would be on that kind of site.
It literally is.
It's what your brain remembers as being on that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's when you're looking and you're like, man, isn't this what Flash games looked like? And no, but also, yeah. Similar to how Shovel Knight is what your brain thinks NES games were, but really there's too much stuff happening in Shovel Knight that it is not an NES game.
Fun fact, that is one of the strengths Capcom had when they were designing the Versus series, is like, oh, but our arcade board can actually just have more crap on screen than any of the other arcade boards. So let's just shove as much crap on the screen as we can.
Yeah, so Nolan, you missed it. Me complaining that I have to go on a family trip next week instead of watching the Game Awards with Jeff Keighley.
Can I rephrase this?
Yeah.
You missed Kevin complaining that he gets a free trip to Colorado instead of getting to stay home and watch the Game Awards.
We'll have to pay for something.
I just have pretty awesome. Shut up, Kevin.
Oh, okay. It's not completely free.
No. But it's like really cheap. Like it's just kind of like a sum of airfare.
Yes, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not saying that I'm going to like. I don't know. It is deeply upsetting me, and then it also makes me feel guilty that I'm upset, which also makes me more upset. It's a downward spiral. I
think something's broken in me because I never hit the guilt level for that stuff.
I can hear it. No, that's good.
I get the twisted sense of like, this makes me a good person because I'm miserable and still doing it. Look at me.
Oh yeah, you got that. See, it's like how I think I'm very narcissistic, but only in the negative, where I blame myself for everything because I should have fixed it. But then when something good happens, I'm like, no, that wasn't me. That was luck.
Oh yeah, you got the worst of both.
Yeah, I got the worst of both worlds. I do not take credit for like good things that happen, but if it's like damn, something it's like, wow, they're attacking like abortion rights in Alabama, and I'm like, I dropped the ball on that one. It's like, but Kevin, you could not have done anything about that. I'm like, no, it's my fault. Why?
I think there's a throwaway line in Gundam Wing where I think Duo says like, yeah, if we don't catch up to Catra, he's gonna blame himself for there being a lack of oxygen in space.
Yeah. Yo, that's...
I'm sorry that you're Catra, Kevin.
Yeah, no, that's it. It sucks. Or I'm one of the...
Even Wu Fei got to kill Trays.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Gundam Wing.
Man.
Oh no. Yeah, how dare you spoil it.
I'm gonna give a semi-spoiler. I don't know, I'm just gonna talk about G-Quux. There's a dude that eats it in this episode of G-Quux that ate it so hard that made me say sounds.
My favorite thing in like sci-fi anime is when a human being gets hit with one of those lasers.
Yeah, basically, yeah, a regular dude got hit with a bit laser, and he just popped. It was just like one frame he was there, and the next frame it's just pop. No longer there.
Seems to be very graphic.
Oh, it's sick. G-Quox rules. I love it. I love it whenever we go back to like the flashback times and they use all the old music, like the music changes to the old 1980 Gundam, the 0079. All the sound effects are there. It's so good.
It's got the same like eye catches too. I'm like, oh, it feels great.
Oh, that's good.
It's the little things. And all the sound. Oh man, G-Cox is going crazy.
I love the gun. Was it? Is it Die Buster or is it Gun Buster? Reference that they had.
Gunbuster is the old one.
Yeah, Gunbuster is the
one
one where she's driving the robot. Die Buster is where she just becomes a big lady, I think.
Die Buster is like the early 2000s remake of Gunbuster. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gunbuster has some cool stuff in it.
Gunbuster is the Aim for the Ace ripoff, but with giant robots.
Yeah, and it has time dilation, so it's one of those things where every time she comes back, it's decades or different. The time is vastly different because of the compressed space and everything. So she thinks she's talking to her friend. It turns out that's her friend's daughter, and she's like, "Ugh." For her, it's been like a couple months, and no. Yeah, I was gonna say I am watching Pat play Night Rain, Elden Ring Night Rain, but I will probably not play Elden Ring Night Rain because 3-player multiplayer is not my favorite. Not a fan of having to schedule it.
Yeah,
it looks fun. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah,
I think it's very funny that you, the listener, are listening to a 3-person podcast, and all 3 of us is like, just it's a lot of work.
That's because it actually takes a lot of work to get us for 1 hour a week. It's not easy.
No, yeah.
It's one of the things I've thought about if you could have ethical AI. I understand this is just like we are in the hypothetical land, but I think it would be cool to have some kind of AI dungeon master that could run campaigns asynchronously. So you could have, all right, Team A is going through the Thieves Guild, but person B couldn't make it, so they get their own one-on-one adventure, and then they could all sync up, which you can theoretically do with people, but that's a lot of work for one dungeon master.
You can you can also, the actual solution to that is you do play by posts. Yeah. But then talk about time dilation.
Yeah.
Then it takes like forever for it to proceed at all. Because it's just like, you're doing 2 posts a day. That's how much I would demand of you, and that's demanding a fair amount. And it's gonna be a glacier. It's gonna take a week to go through one room.
I started watching the Quinn's Quest YouTube channel. That's why I've been thinking about tabletop RPGs.
Oh,
that's a pretty good YouTube channel.
I follow a lot of indie TTRPG people on Blue Sky, and I don't know when that happened.
Well, they're interesting. They have interesting thoughts on fantasy worlds and video games. It's very fascinating. It's learning about a system or thinking about it and you go, oh, that's really interesting.
I mean, it's a weird thing of like, it's an entire community who like miss the days of Google Plus. I think that speaks volume to this group of people. It's just like, oh, okay. I didn't know Google Plus was the OSR scene, the old school Renaissance tabletop group.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just bouncing around. Just if you want to.
I was going to ask Nolan about Companion.
Yeah. What do you think about Companion? Because we've talked about Companion.
Right.
And sex robots.
I wasn't sure what to expect when I walked into it because I thought, okay, robot girl movie, so she's just going to slowly start going crazy and murdering people.
Yeah,
The horror
that's
movie,
what I was
right?
thinking.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Yeah, that's.
Completely
think
not
it's
how that movie is.
I had seen a review talking about like, oh, it's feminist nature, so I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna be going crazy, but we're gonna feel justified in her murderings. Okay.
She does very few unjustified murders.
Uh-huh. But also, I thought her murders were gonna be more like intentional and not like circumstantial or like, oh, I have to do this for my own life. I thought they were gonna literally be like, nah, y'all fucked with me, and now this is the game.
That's my man. How dare you? And then
She turns
you're keeping us apart.
Mithrigan. She's gonna Mithrigan out. She says, "Stand back! I'm beginning to Mithrigan."
I could talk about the Megan 2 trailer as well.
I haven't seen Mithrigan 2.
You should watch the Megan 2 trailer.
Oh no, I have to watch that.
All right, so anyway, back to companion talk.
No, it's very good because I mean, you walk in understanding what this movie is, and you know they give you the opening scene of, oh, is she really a robot? Who knows? And it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, but
yeah,
the plan that's going on with it. Essentially, what's the guy's name?
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid, yeah.
Huey from
I was gonna say Huey from the Boys.
Huey from the Boys. Fucking love him. I hope he's in more stuff because he's fantastic. But essentially, Huey and her are going to a cabin for a weekend with some friends, and I'm like, ooh, okay, secluded cabin. You know, let's see what's happening. Maybe she's like gonna start getting jealous of him because he's flirting with his like other human friend.
It does not go.
And then she just like murders the there's a weird Russian guy. And essentially the first murder happens because someone's trying to have their way with her. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. And she's just like, oh, okay, well, let's figure this out. And then you see the moment where he goes, go to sleep.
Yeah,
and she just shuts down.
He shuts down. Which also there's a scene when they're at night where he's like having sex with her, and she starts trying to talk to him, and he goes, "Go to sleep." And I'm like, ew, gross.
Yeah, and that's how you feel in that point. You're just like, oh, he's kind of shitty, but then it's like, no, he's extra shitty. He's literally just like, power off. I'm done with you.
He felt like she like, tell the car you said thank you for driving his car. And he goes, thank you, my car. And I'm like, what an asshole.
He's
making her carry his stuff, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's like a sex bot, but still.
I think that
movie, an emotional support robot that has sex.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That movie, because I haven't seen it, but when we were talking about it, put the thought in my head that meant I don't think I can deal with a Marilyn Monroe bot because my brain, if I have to tell the robot to like me, then mentally I will say that doesn't count. Like that's just an auto blow. I don't like it.
I mean, yeah. There's a part where we learn that there's like a scheme involved in it, and the humans are in on it, and so she has to like get away. And then there's that part where they go, "Okay, well, we have the money. Let's split it 4 ways." And then the humans look at each other and goes, "We're splitting it 3 ways. You know why?"
And then he
only learned that there's another sex bot.
Yeah, he tells his boyfriend, "Go to sleep." And it's like, hey, what the fuck? You can't just say that in front of him.
It messed me up when Drew was telling me about the part where the guy like attaches himself to the gay sex robot, and then the gay sex robot has like the fake memory of meeting Jack Quaid at the party or whatever, and I'm like, that's the part.
That's the best part of the movie.
Horrible. I also will say I love that.
It's not because it's not just that, like, it's also just the entire attitude he has as he's system restoring this human being.
You know how you feel when like, you're waiting for your Wi-Fi to reset?
Yeah.
That's like the face he's giving.
Yeah, that's the attitude he has.
Jesus.
And it's just like he's erasing an entire human being, and he just does not care. He's just like, oh my god, this is so. Why do I have to do this?
I have to catch my sex bot.
Yeah, I
Which-
gotta let them
When she
fight.
gets the phone is like my favorite part of this movie too, where she's like, "All right, let me just start messing with my settings. I'll make
Oh yeah,
myself
where she has
smarter.
the phone.
Okay, let me plan out what to do. Okay, here's my plan." She's just like, "Okay, this is the perfect plan," and gets in the car and doesn't realize that part of her plan really doesn't work.
It's like it's a future, so the car also needs the Face ID scan.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Like she works it out by using like her own personal settings to change stuff, and it's like, oh, genius.
That was such. It's sorry, yeah, it's not face, it's voice automated. So she
Yeah,
starts
that's
like
voice.
messing with her voice settings to get to sound like Jack Quaid.
It's so good. Also, all the robots cannot lie to human beings, so when she gets pulled over by the cop, she's like, all right, I gotta think on my feet. Change my language to German. So that, they're not going to understand me, but that way I can lie.
No,
I can
tell
lie,
the
but
truth.
also tell the truth at the same time. Oh, genius. It's great. My other favorite moment in this movie is, like, towards the end where the people come to pick up the robot, and you realize how dumb Dennis Quaid's plan actually is.
Jack Quaid, thank you.
Jack Quaid. Sorry, Jack Quaid.
No, it's
Huey
okay.
from The Boys.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't remember it was Josh. Josh in the movie. Yeah, once...
No, you
once
said
learn
Dennis
Josh's
Quaid.
plan-
You
Yeah.
said Dennis Quaid, which is a very different movie.
Yeah. No, once Josh like makes her kill herself with a gun, the techs show up and go, "Yeah, you just like blew out her Wi-Fi signal and like optics. All of her data is in here. We're just gonna scrub through the footage and let's know what happened."
Yeah, dumb.
Plus, they build these with the same rules of mobile suits, where it's like, no, all the important stuff is in her
Why would
chest.
we put it in the head? It's what's going to get destroyed first. It's going to be
Yeah.
in the middle.
Dumb. That's why. Do you know how many lawsuits we have gone through with sex robots? We have if you are talking to the sex robot, we have already had multiple murder cases and lawsuits to make us have recordings and uploads to the cloud. You're so done.
Every time he does something, he's like, "Oh, I'm a mastermind," and he just keeps fucking up every single time.
Again, this is why
There's
her
really-
IQ was so low.
Yeah.
Why he set
There's
her
a
to be
moment
like
where
a 4.
Yeah, she was like at 40, like a 4 out of 10.
Dang.
There's also the moment where like they're taking her to the car, and the robot like technicians look at each other and goes, "He modded her, didn't he?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, this dude's fucked."
Yeah.
Oh no, he broke the warranty. Oh, that's the true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the true nightmare.
I knew
The true
immediately.
villain. He voided his warranty.
Oh my god! I
So,
love that.
Nolan, I have a question. I want to know your thoughts. I feel like the writer of this film put a lot of anime into it, but the director did not realize that it was anime that he was making.
Yes. No, 100%. This is like the
There's, like,
perfect
so
anime
much,
story.
like, Ghost in the Shell and other stuff like it, and then the director clearly just does not watch anime.
He's like, "Yo, this is a fun premise. Yeah, what if we make it a little goofy
Yeah.
and not look at
It's
the
like-
serious implications?"
You love to hear it.
Uh-oh. And did he cut out?
No, I'm here.
No, we're
No,
you're
sometimes you just have
Okay.
pauses. You know what else?
No,
You know who else has
No,
been watching
it
anime?
definitely feels like that. Yeah, sorry.
No,
It feels like
finish
that
it.
very story of like, like, what is a human, and treating, humans with like the same care we treat each other, or artificial humans with the same care we treat each other, and of course people who just want to use it to project their own control onto people.
And like it literally has the moment in Ghost in the Shell where Motoko looks up and sees her model looking back down at her
Oh
from
my
like,
god!
another window, It literally has that scene in
Yes.
the movie where, as
That is
she's
the
driving
best.
away triumphant, she sees another model of herself, like driving some other douchebag somewhere.
See, I think like the issue with you're trying to have your servant robot is that if you make your servant robot too smart and it becomes people, then you just have a slave. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's even in
Well,
yeah,
even
sure.
in Star Wars. I think the Star Wars robots are too self-aware to like droids are too self-aware to just do menial tasks.
So this movie makes it clear that he has jailbroken her to get her to these levels. Like, this is not a standard like AI companion in
Okay,
this
but
world.
I'm just saying that if an idiot can jailbreak his iPhone and then make it a person, that's too much. That's
Here's the problem. Like, in the middle of the movie, we understand that, like, sometimes they can become self-aware, realize that they're a robot, and still care for a person.
that's too much. To me, that's
And,
too
like,
much. That's a person now. Like
No,
you have
exactly.
slaves.
Yes.
You're doing slavery.
Exactly. And that's the point of the movie. It's all I think. So Kelsey's complaint is this movie doesn't do enough like showing of things or building enough world or whatever, and I disagree. I think it does enough teasing out of the world, and I think if it tried to explore it more, it would be worse for it. That said, I will keep saying this movie's like a 3 out of 5.
No, it's the interesting. It's more interesting than good. There's a lot of media out there that you think about and you're like, man, that's so fascinating. Even though it's not good. It's not. You're
No. Nikki had the exact same problem. I'm like, no, they showed just enough. I just want to taste. That's fine with me. I can pull what like information I need to from just this small little area. Perfect.
Yep.
I feel like if there's a little more, it'd be too much. But yeah, like I said,
it is making you ask questions.
Yeah, this is a movie I'd like show to a friend and be like, "Oh, this is a pretty interesting sci-fi movie. I think you'd like."
Yeah,
but I'm not going to be like, "Oh, this is the best movie ever. You need to watch it right now."
It's also nice. It's 90 minutes. You're in and you're out.
Oh, short and sweet. I loved it.
Yep.
Anyway,
it's like so easy to be like, well, they could just show like an extra thing here and do this, and it's like, okay, now it's up to 2 hours. Now it's a bloated mess.
No, it has to give you the thought process of how smart should my Roomba be. Roomba is not smart, so Roomba can just go on the floor, and I don't care. But if Roomba
Roomba sends your house schematics back home. It's a little too smart.
Well, no, that's just That's not Roomba being smart. That's just being a spy.
Roomba being a narc.
Yeah. Sorry, I was also thinking that there's also that part where like the main character Josh or the main antagonist Josh is like, well, it's just your programming, and then isn't everything we do just programming? I don't think that necessarily means that she's any less of a human than you are.
Yep.
I feel like that's why he keeps bringing it up. It's like, it's just your programming you're following. That's all it is. Like, that's all we really are, in a way. I feel like that's what they're trying to bring out as well in that script.
That's a good discussion.
Yeah. The issue is you can't have robot workers that get too smart to be sapients, because then you have to start paying them actual money because they're people now.
That's why you just gotta license out the human brain scan of the grad student who volunteered for a project 100 years ago.
Oh, that stupid story / Soma. I think about it a lot. I don't like
all
it.
you need is to maybe have just some sort of like printer that would be able to create more copies of a human that you've already scanned in. And unfortunately, they're stuck doing jobs that are too dangerous or something that no one else wants to use. Or do, right?
So how is Mickey 17?
Mickey 17 is also very good. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I feel like it's really good because I've been on like a kick of like what is ethically movies that are like what's ethical with either artificial humans or humans that are created.
Well, because
this is also
Well, that's
Yeah.
because film is a reflection of the times, and that's a big question right now. It's just like, hey, what's ethical in treating workers?
I would just say
I kid you not. This is like I watched 3 things in the last 2 days that were that question.
I would
Yeah.
say it's
And
all
all
about
from, like,
what's
last 2 years.
ethical, and then that's it. What is ethical?
What is ethical? No, Mickey 17 is very good. If you don't know the premise, Robert Pattinson's going into space. He essentially sold his body to the spaceship, so they're able to just make more clones of him eternally, as long as he's like doing dangerous jobs for them.
I will say, I'm sure Robert Pattinson did a great job. It really should have been a black woman, since like that's already what real life has done. Is just like, oh yeah, we just have these cells from her that she did not willingly donate, and we just do science experiments on them, and
Oh
we're
yeah, that
always going to
culture,
use her
that
stuff.
that culture that never
Yep.
ends.
So they really should have just been on the nose, but
The problem is Mickey's the main character, but he's not the main protagonist. The main protagonist is his girl, who is black. And it's like, this is kind of fucked up. We're doing all this stuff, and I hate that my boyfriend is constantly being abused and tortured in the process.
Wasn't this directed by the guy that did Parasite? Am I thinking that
Yes.
correctly?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yes, that's
okay.
Jun Yu,
yes.
he's done a lot of big Korean films.
Dude, the host is always so one of my favorites.
I can never keep him straight with I always he's not the one who did Old Boy. That's the other big Korean director.
That's the other one.
Yes, that's the other guy.
He's the one who did The Host and Mother. I think those are his.
I think he did, yeah. I think he did that, and then he did, of course, he did Parasite, which is his big hit. I don't think Mickey 17 is not as good as Parasite, but it's pretty good. I would definitely give it a watch. I like the plot. Essentially, this is the one. Their Earth is falling apart, like usual. So they're going into space to, like, another planet. The ship is essentially led by, like, a failed politician.
Yeah, I heard it's a
like,
lot of Elon Musk Trump hybrid is like the villain.
Yeah, and this is my thing. We have a ton of horrible politicians. I don't think it has to be Trump every time.
Well, the thing is that
We have many we can pull from.
well, yeah, it's the problem with Trump is that all the jokes are obvious, and it's like, no, that's just how he is. It's not funny.
Yeah, there's no joke there.
There's
That's
no
just
joke.
reality.
It's just there's no exaggeration. He's just.
It's why I think Don't Look Up was more successful, because it was just neoliberal and like, oh, we're just not going to do anything. We're gonna send out vibes. That's our solution.
I agree. I agree with that.
But it's also double, because it's also like this spaceship is being like funded by they just say the church. They don't say any specific religion, just the church and their god is all that's used. And there's also there's a new made up symbol for whatever this church is.
Yo, is it the necromorphs?
Maybe. Well, here's the thing. Their whole thing is we don't like that most people going to space are using artificial insemination to create
so it's a
massively
bit too
create a
much on the
population on the
nose.
planet.
It's social
We
commentary.
Yeah.
Seems a
We
bit.
need fresh. We need natural births. So that's what a pure generation. That's all we're gonna have.
That's your.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's your danger with your social commentary is when you get it and it's a little too on the nose, and we're like, yeah, I get it. It's not it's not even sort of subtle. You're just like.
I feel like this is him doing, because Parasite was just overall like
Oh yeah.
the capitalistic
Yep.
influence of people, and that can be felt by different kind of societies. This feels very pointed towards America.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I
You
get
know
it.
what I mean?
Yo, I get it.
There's a bunch of lines where, like, Elon Trump is like, we need to kill those aliens out there, and then the protagonists are like, we're the aliens, we came to their planet, we're the ones causing trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like yeah, so you're doing it's not hitting as hard. It's one of those things, yeah, because we live with this every day and we're looking at it.
Mhm.
I feel like this probably hits very well outside of America.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little too close to home.
Maybe that's
For me
how
to be-
is that
this is
how
great.
you think Parasite was preconceived in like South Korea, where they're like, is this a little
Yes.
too on the nose? But to us, it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, this is an interesting take I haven't seen.
Well, I think Parasite is also very on the nose.
Well, I mean, on the to toot our own horns just a little bit, I think we have enough media literacy, or we've seen enough TV, movies, and video games to detect themes that perhaps the general population has not.
I don't agree. I mean, like, because it's literally this, like, dirt poor family who is now like scamming this rich family to make their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's subtle.
I mean, no, yeah.
But Drew, you didn't walk by the movie theater and see all the people thrilled to go see live action Lilo and Stitch.
I also haven't seen any of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Yo, but Sonic the Hedgehog movie has the part where Sonic says the quote from Sonic Adventure 2 and then jumps out the helicopter, and I clapped when I saw it.
He says,
No, Knuckles, it's time to live and learn.
Listen, Sonic the Hedgehog did not have the part where he says, you know what, Shadow, you're right, I am going to kill you, and then kills him on screen.
No, okay.
I'm sorry.
So, like,
okay,
that's,
yeah. You did
no,
Mickey 17.
it's okay. It's like the undertone. So that's like the undercurrent of it. There's also the question of like what Mickey's doing, which is being an expendable, because the guy who invented the technology to make you clone yourself is also a mass murderer who cloned himself multiple times.
Hell yeah. He's Horatio from Endless Space 2.
So what they're trying to figure out, like, okay, are the clones doing this because they're being ordered to? Are the clones actually him? If he gets a life sentence, is it 2 lives split together because he's the same person? Or so essentially the rule with cloning for Mickey is there can only be one.
Okay.
If there's ever more than one, both him, the copy die, and then all their data gets deleted. So they can never be cloned again.
Okay, so they put in a one and done situation here.
A one and done. No matter the situation. Unfortunately, the situation that Mickey runs into, which is he kind of gets left out in the storm, abandoned, finds his way back, and little did they know, they assumed he died, so they just cloned him. Not his fault. So, which leads to the whole thing of like, okay, how do we hide the other Mickey? How are we going to make this work for like a bit?
If they see each other, do they instantly die, or are they aware? Like, what is the kill switch?
There is no kill switch. They get thrown into a vat that melts them down into.
Oh, like, so it has to be like okay, so it's like a person situation. Like
yes.
it's not like they see each other and then instantly die, or a Scud the Disposable Assassin, where when Scud the Disposable Assassin kills his mark, he explodes. And then he...
Well, no, they can't. They're on a ship with like limited resources. They have to keep reusing their
their biomass
fuel.
Yeah.
So they have to keep getting recycled back into the machine.
Okay.
They're not going to just dump it.
Okay.
But here's the also interesting part is Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 are the same person, but they're also not the same person. And
Because they've
it
had
seems
different
like
life experiences.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna have different.
no. It's when you get printed out. Sometimes your personality isn't exactly like it was when you first got printed.
Okay.
It's a little different.
So it's
Some
not.
people are a little more aggressive. Some Mickeys were really whiny. Some Mickeys complained a lot. Some Mickeys were very passive. Some Mickeys are very aggressive.
So we're not in
Unfortunately-
Soma rules where when you get scanned, that copy will always come out like 1 second after being scanned. It's not gonna be like.
Yes.
So we are in.
I mean, it takes like, I think an hour for a person to get like scanned back into a new body.
Okay.
But like once the body's made, they do a scan. So there is some sort of.
They're JPEGs, not
change.
PNGs.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some artifacting in there.
Yes. Yeah. Also, we only really see like I guess 4 Mickeys because at least 10 to 11 of the Mickeys just get constantly poisoned and die immediately. Like they're getting pulled out of the vat, used for an experiment, and then reprinted again.
Oh, I see.
So they get like a minute of life.
It's one of those things like, hey, Mickey, can we eat this plant on alien planet? No. And they put him back. Can we eat this weird
So
little
there's that
bug
moment,
monster?
So there's the moment in the trailer where it's like, Mickey, go outside, breathe in, make sure you're like breathing in everything so we can make sure the oxygen's okay. Dies immediately. And then so the next one comes out, he's like, okay, just keep making him breathe in the gas because we have it in like a canister, and we'll keep making tests on him until we figure this out. Also, turns out they actually weren't making him like breathe in the gas. They were creating a gas that only humans can live off of in case they have to gas aliens.
Oh.
There's a little twist in there for
There
it.
you go.
So they were just experimenting with his body to create more weapons of mass destruction.
Cool.
You learn that a little later.
See, that's something that we would do. If we could
Yep.
just clone people, it'd get real bad real fast.
Yep. Like, all right, let's
There's really a moment where like Mickey's eating dinner and they're like, "Here, Mickey, you've done so good. Here's the steak." Immediately starts dying from the steak, and then all the scientists run in and start doing tests on him while he's like going through anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, can we eat this meat or not?" They're like, I guess not. I guess it's poisoning him. Anyway, let's use this special experimental painkiller we just invented that is going to make him feel twice as much pain.
Got the
It's
pain
real,
going.
like, as soon as we can clone, we're right back to, like, imperialist Japan and Nazi Germany
Oh,
experiment.
it's gonna get bad.
100%.
Oh, that's the moral of anything is that once you have a actually disposable human being, then the worst will come out. Doesn't matter if they're robot or Robert Pattinson. It's
Which is why I like
real
Mickey.
bad.
Well, Mickey 17 is like, I deserve this. Something happened when he was younger that he blames himself for, and he's constantly blaming himself for. Mickey 18 is like, I fucking hate that I'm being treated like this. This is horrible. I'm a human being. I deserve better. I'm going to kill that motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Do it.
And that's like the second half, which is let's kill the president.
I need the meme of Virgin Mickey 17, Chad Mickey 18.
There you go.
Okay, it is because at one point Mickey 18 leaves, goes and has sex with the girlfriend,
Yeah, there you go.
and Mickey 17 is very upset about that. Only for the girlfriend to be like, "Oh, it's perfect. I get 2 of you now."
Oh no, then she has to go. Listen, then the Mickey's got to team up. I'm sorry.
No. Here's the thing. It's not even like she's like, "Oh, I get 2 of you." It's she just loves Mickey. No matter
okay.
like what puppy he is, she loves him.
No, I don't know.
Like every single time. She's like, I don't want to see either one of you die, so we're gonna split up the work. We're gonna take turns, all right? But we're gonna be one big happy family because I love Mickey, in essence. So I love both of you.
I mean, good for Mickey to live that life. I would not be able to, because once again,
There's a very
listen,
good
I don't
song
like
with-
me, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't like me sitting
Yeah.
there. Survival of the fittest.
You wouldn't like more aggressive Kevin.
Or just no, I wouldn't like another Kevin, because then
Or-
what if that's
or
the
yours-
better one?
submissive
Then
Kevin.
I have to
No,
kill
no,
it.
Right?
Nolan, this is more aggressive, Kevin.
Yeah, it could get. Listen, yeah, just like
This is
that
Kevin
episode of The
18.
Simpsons, I am the evil one. I would kill any of my like if clone me showed up and said, "Hey, we're gonna be there," no, then I'm gonna have to kill that clone and then just take his identity, especially if he's in a better
There's
situation.
literally a moment. There's a moment where they try to kill each other, only to come to grips of like, "You're still me, though. I don't want to kill you.
Oh, that would be so
Let's see if we
sweet.
can hide out instead."
Oh, I know all my own weaknesses. It'd be so easy
There's
to
another
kill
subplot
me.
with the aliens. I didn't want to give that away because it's very nice. I think it's very interesting. But it's very humans land on this planet. They're going to try to kill all the aliens, and it's let's try to speak for peace because let's not be disgusting human monsters.
I saw the aliens. They look like little,
Which turns into a very beautiful
little
story.
bugs. It's like Starship Troopers, but if the bugs were cute
Yeah,
instead of
they're so very cute. I
instead
love
of
them.
horrible.
I love them so much, and it's horrible. Essentially, you watch one get gunned down and blown to bits, and I'm like, I hate this. I don't want to see this.
Okay, I need to make sure we talk about this because it's going to be very time sensitive.
Oh, well, real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, Mickey 17, 3.5 out of 10.
3.5 out of 10.
Maybe a 4. It's very good, but I'm not going to
think
be like,
he
go
meant-
out and watch it right now.
Do you mean out of 5 or out of 10?
I'm sorry, out of 5. Out of 5.
Okay,
Out of 10.
okay, because
Yeah.
you said out of 10.
3.5
I was like,
out of
wow.
5.
That's like, you're like, yeah, the
Yeah.
movies, I liked it. Garbage.
Garbage. No. 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Very good. Go see it if you get a chance, but, don't try to rush and do it if you can.
It sounds like a good when it's
Okay,
on
sorry.
streaming. Okay, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about Elden Ring Night Rain trailer Bring Me to Life. Because Elden Ring has become
Oh
out.
my god.
And and I think that trailer is incredible. It looks like an AMV edited footage. It's using Evanescence's Wake Me Up, Bring Me to Life. Perfect, no notes. And I wanted to
I
say
explained this to people, and they're like, "Oh, so this is like a fan-made video." I'm like,
no. It's
"This is a
official.
trailer."
It's official.
It 100% looks like a fan-made trailer.
Exactly.
I know.
And I think that's why it works. I also think... So I want to make clear, because Magic the Gathering did one of these with one of these songs, with their War of the Spark, where they did the soulful cover
Piano slow cover.
of Linkin Park's In the End It Doesn't Even Matter, which made me laugh incredibly
That
hard.
was very funny. That was very funny.
It made me laugh at how lame and pathetic it was. And I was losing my mind. Whereas this one, I endorse it. I also think that if that Magic the Gathering trailer just used Linkin Park's "It Did In the End It Didn't Even Matter" at regular speed, like just the song, I would have probably liked it better. I would have probably
That's 100% the issue here. Is this trailer just used the song,
Yeah,
and Magic does not just use the song.
because if you got that vibe and you just use it, then I support it. Even if I think it's cheesy and lame, I clap and I support it. It's good.
But
that
it's
song-
the like, oh, but look how deep it is. It's when you try to say, but look how deep it is, that you completely lose it.
I don't like the slow cover of the pop song. I think it's always dumb.
But Gears of War, Kevin.
Yeah, and
But
Gears of War is
Gears of
stupid.
War-
Gears of War is so stupid, and every time Gears of War thinks it has a story, it doesn't. It doesn't. I've played 2 Gears of War games, and they were stupid. The one
I played 3, 4.
I played 1
Yeah,
and I
there's no
played
story.
2.
Just run and shoot. Go to a place and shoot, and then listen to Cole talk, and then I'm happy.
Well, 2 got me because they tried to have this really sad moment with Dom having post-traumatic stress about losing his wife or whatever. And then we immediately cut to Marcus Phoenix. It's like, we're inside the giant worm. And then they're chainsawing through this big worm.
You gotta chainsaw its heart.
Got chainsaw the worm heart. And I'm just like, this is stupid.
It's so dumb.
This is just like dumb. And it's also, it's not, there's no story. There's no, I don't know what the Locusts are mad because the Gears people mined their precious bug oil and now they're attacking, but they also have guns and armor, and it doesn't make sense.
Also, the bug oil turns them into, like, explosives?
Yeah, it doesn't...
Monsters?
And they're on this
planet,
makes no sense. And then and I don't... Marcus Phoenix's dad is also, like, a scientist, and he's trying to research... I don't know.
Marcus Phoenix's dad is not only a scientist that research, he also personally knows the Locust Queen.
Yeah.
And they talk to each other multiple times.
Like,
why does the Locust Queen look human, but all the Locusts look like monsters?
Well, it's I don't get the Locust. The Locusts are such an ill-defined enemy because of they look like weird bug lizard men with guns to make the game work. But you can't have your, like, indigenous people who look like evil bug lizard men with guns and like, giant mutant ones. It doesn't make me feel... I feel like the game wants me to it's trying to say, like, isn't resource exploitation bad? I'm like, but I think the Locusts are exploiting their own research. Like,
they're doing the same thing.
The Locusts aren't good.
It's they missed the point of Starship Troopers where it's like, no, but they're literally just bugs.
I would even say they missed the point of James Cameron's Avatar, or at least the Na'vi.
Are you telling me that Cliff Bleszinski made a game that has plot holes in it? All right. I think we're going a little too far on this one.
Okay, that's true. That's true, Cliffy B.
Yeah.
But
it's a game made by, like, a meathead. I don't think there's ever going to be, like, anything deep in it.
No, it's supposed to be shoot the gun and have your gun have a chainsaw. It's the Warhammer part, but with nothing there.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Warhammer does, even though it is incredibly stupid, there's stuff there. There's stuff that's there.
Stuff there.
It's what makes it work.
It's Zack Snyder's Justice League
and
The Boys.
Oh my god, it is.
Yes. I would agree with that.
Oh, that's it. That's the nail on the hammer.
I was also thinking about... Okay, so I also wanted to talk about... I got really mad when I found out about the ending of live-action Lilo and Stitch. It really upset me. Do either of you know about the ending of live-action Lilo and Stitch?
Yes, okay. I do.
Ohana means family, and that means you're going into child custody. I'm going to college.
I'm going to college. I'm abandoning you, Lilo. And I'm just like...
It's so bad that I literally cannot believe that is the ending. That is how awful.
Here's the thing. I don't know if it's the ending or not. I'm not watching the movie.
Oh, I'm not watching it.
So I'm just going to guess that's what it is. I don't know if people are
you know what? I can look at the Wikipedia plot
I
summary.
trust that's the ending. And it's... Well, because from what I've seen... Because I watched LS Mark complain about it. Where he was... And he was saying that it's one of these things where they introduce the kindly kind of grandma neighbor to Nami, who's taking care of Lilo a lot, and then Lilo just gets adopted by her at the end of the film, which is stupid because then your film doesn't have... There's no plot control. If you watched Lilo and Stitch animated...
This is slightly better.
Okay, but I'm just saying, it's not as grim as Give Up Your Sister, but I'm also saying if there is the home next door that would be good for her, and you just say nah though, I feel then your moral dilemma isn't there.
Yeah, well, it's also so like Lilo gets to live with them while Nani goes to college, but also he apparently just uses Jumba's portal gun to live in Hawaii.
Yeah, but that's stupid. That just solves your problem.
Okay,
No,
that's just stupid.
Yeah, there's no moral dilemma.
It's even.
How do y'all feel about Jumba's nose?
Oh, you mean
Oh, I hate that.
Jumba's
Disgusting.
nose
female anatomy nose.
Yeah, Jumbo looks like a shaved vagina.
Yeah.
Which is bad.
Also, supposedly, Jumba is the villain in this movie, and there's no Captain Gantu.
Yeah, Bubbles is also the bad
Bubbles
guy.
is also bad.
Oh.
Lilo and Stitch is a good film. See, that's also what I was, because this got me thinking about.
Oh god, and apparently Zach Galifianakis just does the Seth Rogen where he just
he just does him.
He's just Zach Galifianakis.
Okay. There's no change to Jumba's voice, is what you're telling me.
No, he doesn't. He's not doing his like fake Russian accent or anything. He's just like,
it'd
be like me saying, "Yo, I'm Jumba. I made these experiments. I was causing trouble. I just did it. Yo, I'm. Let's get it, Peakley. Let's. I'm just saying, because we were talking about Zack Snyder, which got me thinking about it. Where Zack Snyder is a hack. We can all agree.
Yep.
But
Snyder.
But at least Zack Snyder just adapts the adaptation scene for scene. He understands that that's way easier and way less fraught with peril than trying to do your own things in there.
I honestly don't know which is worse, because you described what Zach does with a crucial missing detail of he does that and then somehow still misses the point of the work he's recreated shot for shot. He somehow has remade the exact same and taken all the meaning out of it at the same time.
See, what I think, my perception is that is theoretically better. These are both bad, but the Zack Snyder way is better because it's lazier. And the whole idea of the live action shot for shot remake cash grab is it's as lazy as possible. Which means you have if you're making live action Lilo and Stitch, you have the storyboard literally there. All you do is you get the actors and you do the exact same thing. Is it going to work? Not really. But of course not. It's lazy. You're a lazy cash grab. Why would you?
That's literally what they're doing with How to Train Your Dragon. It looks like it 100% looks like they're just doing.
Oh yeah, they're doing that, which I think is in the
Gerard Butler included.
In the concept, if we're looking at it as what is the most efficient, lazy thing to do, which a live-action remake of a cartoon already is, then I think that is better. Because at least mentally it makes sense. Because you're just going, yep, that's the most lazy thing you've done. You're doing a shot-for-shot with no changes. I get it. I think that's invalid, but I get it. You know what?
So you're saying you'd rather have them take the concept and then maybe make something new with it?
I would say I would rather not. Well, okay, so my actual opinion is that this is completely unnecessary. I'm just saying, and I think changing it makes it bad, and doing a live shot for shot is also bad. But as a soulless cash grab, my brain says, why would you make it harder on yourself? If people already like Lilo and Stitch, just do the same movie, and then you'll get it.
The only way that you can do this is you get an entirely different creative team, and you say, here are the broad strokes of what your movie needs to be about, and then you let them tell their own story.
So what you're saying...
DC Elseworlds it. That's the only way you can do this.
Now I'll say all of this is null and void if what you made is good. My perspective of the lazy way is better is if you're looking at the most cynical lazy way of making slop. But if you want to make something good, then you can make it good. But
good. You can do whatever you want as long as it comes out good.
Yeah. That's one of the secrets of how we live, where you can make slop, and if it's good, it's good. Good will buy you all. A lot.
Look at The Thing. John Carpenter just said, "What if I remade one of my favorite old movies, but I just followed the book more closely to differentiate?"
There you go. It's gonna work.
Yeah. No, listen. Live action slop means that there has to be the opposite, which is live action Jim.
Yeah. There's been a couple of those. Has there been those?
Yeah, a few. I thought the Total Recall live action or remake was.
I think
okay.
I like
But-
parts
but-
of that Total
but-
Recall live action.
So but I want to specify a live action remake of an animated
yeah, I
thing.
think it has because
Has
we've
forever
had
been a
we've had
good
like
one of those.
books into movies,
oh,
and I think there's a lot of like, here's a book and here's the movie.
Oh,
the movie's really good.
It's gotta be an anime. There has to
Yeah.
be a live action
Speed
anime
Racer was pretty
adaptation.
good.
That was
I thought no, that wasn't. Was that a? Because I like the Tom Cruise Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
I like that movie.
That's
It was
a
Edge of Tomorrow.
manga, though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah.
Well, it's a light novel turned into a manga, so maybe.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked that
Um,
movie. I'm just trying to think of like thing that was X and then became Y.
Well, next week I'll maybe have another one because I'm going to finally sit down and watch Bet.
Oh, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not gonna watch
I don't know
that
what that
at all.
is.
Live action
Oh.
Cake Guru.
Yeah, I'm not watching Kate.
Yeah, I'm not watching live action Cake Guru. I can't.
Yeah.
I saw clips of it. It hurt me.
3-episode role. Essentially, I've heard it's what if Kakeguru was a CW
It
young
looks-
teen show.
It kind of looks
Oh,
like a
no.
CW
Yeah.
show.
What if Kate Guru
Yes.
was Pretty Little Liars?
Yeah.
What if Kakeguru was Riverdale?
Oh no.
Also,
What if Kakeguru was the Sabrina show?
I'm also
Oh,
gonna
God,
say,
good show.
and it's gonna make me sound like a pervert, and I understand it's acceptable because we're talking about Cake Guru. That
It's
the
a horny
objective
show.
the horniness feels weirder when they're live action. I feel it makes
Especially
me
if they're gonna be live action teenage girls.
yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
no,
the-
it's,
like
it's
the
the
cake-
stylization removes it one
Well,
notch.
the Cake Gurus look like adult anime women, so my brain just goes, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
you're
I will let you know. So they're either going to do things. They're either going to lean very heavily into it, or they're not going to do it at all.
I
Yeah, I
think
don't-
they're cowardly.
I don't think
they're
they're
gonna do it at all.
no,
They're probably going to be not at all.
because
If
once
I
again,
would guess,
like
probably
live
That's
action
actually
Cake,
the right move.
it is the correct
Yes.
move because live action Cake Guru would just be softcore pornography,
Ugh.
which is ideally what that show like Brazzers or someone should be making it. And then I'd be
Yeah.
like, you know what? They know what they're doing.
Real
I
quick
could
though,
live
Yeah.
Sinners was incredible. That is I will say if I had spent a decade trying to get my Nosferatu remake off the ground and into theaters, I would be very happy that Sinners, the another vampire movies, did not come out in the same calendar year and embarrass me terribly.
My
God.
plan is to see it next week. Everyone I've known has seen it, and everyone says it's so good. You need to go watch it.
It is so good. It's got like a healthy dose of From Dusk Till Dawn in it. But it's
That's what everyone's
also
saying.
it's also though like one of those rare movies where it has like incredible inherent messaging that doesn't like that's not like tacked on and makes it worse, or only just like, oh, it's highlighted a good point and it made me think, but it actually uses the messaging to tie so thoroughly into the plot that they both enhance each other. Oh my god, this movie is
I'm so excited. I know the villain is very like lovable and fun as like a villain.
like, oh, do either of you know
I saw
anything
the
about
clip-
it besides
I know.
vampires?
Oh, I know about it.
Yeah, I just know they're vampires. I know that the one main bad guy. I know he did like a little show, and then he said the line of we're going to go walk down the road, but we're going to go real slow in case you change your mind. And I'm I love that.
I think the racial politics in that film are fascinating due to historical events.
Well, no, it's so good because it just what if your allegory for whiteness was vampires? And it's like, oh, this works so good. It works incredibly well. And the fact that your main white guy vampire terrorizing the black community is Irish.
That's what I was gonna say, because it's like you have one of what has been considered an other terrorizing what are considered others, and he is an other.
Yep,
it works.
But he's not an other anymore. He has now become like.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
It's so good. It's so good about proximity to whiteness. Oh my god, it does. Oh damn. Oh.
Listen, I want Coogler is just the man, and I cannot wait to see whatever else he makes.
And the soundtrack is incredible. It's oh my god.
I really liked Creed. That was a good movie.
I need to watch Creed.
It's pretty good. 2. It's like pretty good.
Talking about another.
He directed that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
like. And that also using Michael B. Jordan again, which is.
Yeah. No, Creed is great.
Here's a great performance from both the twins.
Creed has a bit of that Champion Joe vibes to it. There's a little bit of that in there.
Well, he intentionally said that, he channeled anime in the last fight for Creed 2. Yeah. It's why Michael B. Jordan is wearing Akira-colored boxing shorts.
Saying. He knows what's up. Dude knows what's up. Yep. All right, are we done here?
I think so. Sinners is a 5 out of 5 movie.
Oh, okay. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see that.
Yep.
All right. Later days, everybody. Bye.
Later days.
All right. Bye.